So The Circle by Hero Tour would be absolutely one of my tops. I think that album in general, it just has such a beautiful flow to it. And it's just like the most devastatingly impactful album. I just cannot stop listening to it for years now. It came out in 2017, and like I think I've listened to it like hundreds of times, and I just can't get enough. So that's definitely one of my tops. And then I would go for Deaf Heaven for sure. I know it's like it's kind of a like there's a lot of interesting opinions on it, but I love the Ordinary Corrupt Human Love album. I do. It's just like it has such nice, beautiful intricacies to it that some of the other albums don't, which I understand that it's a little different than their original sound, but I really like it, like quite a bit. I listen to it all the time. And another top album for me, my last one I'm going to have to pick. I'm going to go with something completely different. I'm going to go with Gunship. And let me figure out the album. Gunship is a synthwave band from the UK that right. I think they are just phenomenal. So their Dark All Day album is probably one of my top listened to albums, just because it has the essence of everything synthwave needs to have, in my opinion.
I'll go with Cradle of Filth, Dusk in Her Embrace, as that was like the first extreme metal album that got me into extreme metal. And then I'll also go with Lantlos, who I've mentioned a few times, with their song, album Melting Sun, which so kind of introduced me to post-metal. And then I had one more, and I'm blanking on it. Psy, Dreaded Dreams Scenario 4. It's kind of avant-garde, psychedelic, black metal band. They've been around for a long time. That's kind of the band that got me into like, they incorporate whatever they want into their music. So there's no rules. So I'll go with those three.
Female singers. Favorite female singers.
I would say I'm going to go old school. I love Etta James. I love her soulful voice. If I could come back as any human, I think it would be Etta James, just for that voice. She has been a big influence for me for sure. Like growing up, I loved the singer-songwriter Carole King, which I know sounds very strange, but like she was definitely a big influence in my like early youth for sure. Janis Joplin, phenomenal for the whole like women don't need to be a certain way in music movement. So yeah, I'd say those are like some of my tops in terms of female vocalists for sure.
Guthrie Govan is a fusion guitar player. It kind of got me into like incorporating the jazz fusion element in my guitar playing. Not that I can do shredding or anything, but just doing stuff that's less traditional and heavy metal music. Yasunori Mitsuda, who is a video game
so
composer.
Good. I'm sorry.
He actually is a video game composer. He's composed music for games like Chrono Trigger and like a bunch of Japanese role-playing games.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't know what to say. I always like look at my like most listened to albums. There we go.
And then afterwards, you're gonna be like,
oh, Kitty.
Have a phone.
How sweet.
Hans Zimmer, the film composer.
Which musician would you have in your car for a 24-hour road trip, dead or alive?
Oh, wow. You go first. Let me think.
I don't know. I don't know these people.
I think it'd be terrible. 24 hours, huh? I feel like it's a long time to get to know somebody that you don't know, but I would say it'd have to be somebody that would be fun to improv with, right? Like, it'd be really nice to just have somebody that you can write with on the road, like just for fun. Like, doesn't have to be recorded or anything. I feel like, Jim Morrison would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I feel like he would be a phenomenal 24-hour car ride person
yeah,
to just like get wild with in terms of just improv the whole
yeah.
time,
So
hanging out, talking, hearing all his crazy stories.
brilliant. What about you, Tony?
I'll go with Guthrie Govan. I guess it'd be a way of pulling out a 24-hour guitar lesson, asking questions. I'm always trying to become a better musician as long as I've been playing, and that's someone I really admire within their musical ability and their technical ability. And I feel there's a lot I could learn, and also seems like an interesting person.
Brilliant. Now, if there was a made-up song about your personality, what would it be called?
Mine would be like Gothic Kitty or something, like, because I'm a very like bubbly person a lot of the time, but I'm also like to the light, So, and I love my cats like way too much. So
Yeah, same.
what about you, Tony?
Let me think. I don't want to just say consistency.
Wow, Tony Bot.
Tony Bot. Yeah, something along those lines. I'm always trying to, I always act
He's very routine based
and act within like goal focused and, things I'm doing with music and stuff along those lines.
Yeah. I'm much more like
Not a good song title.
no Tony Bot, Gothic Kitty.
I love it. Okay. So which song from the soon to be released album would wake you up in the morning?
To wake me up, I feel like Slipping Burgundy, just because it has a nice slow intro. I'd be like, oh, that's so nice. And then, oh shit, it's time to get up. So, I feel like that would be a good one to wake up to. What about you?
Dueling Sunsets.
Go. Do you prefer festivals or small intimate gigs?
I think I really like festivals because it feels like it has such a big impact to spread your music farther. But at the same time, playing a nice club with a good crowd is one of my favorite experiences as well. So I think I like them for very different reasons. I like the intimacy of just being able to like see the crowd before me and like interact with them. But with festivals, it is just like your reach is so much farther a lot of the time. So you get a lot more people discovering you for the first time that you wouldn't have in like a small intimate setting where people are literally there because they want to be there. Like, it's not like they're going to just stumble into your intimate, club performance. So yeah, I think they are both very important for sure.
Yes.
Brilliant. Do you prefer vinyl or digital?
I really like vinyl because, well, nowadays they're just so beautiful. Most people have like these amazing colored vinyls, and the layouts, the amount of time people put into their layouts is just like phenomenal. Like, it's just such an experience to hold it physically, and then when I put on their vinyl, it's like I'm listening to it in a way that I wouldn't if it was just digital, where you have like the luxury of just pausing and going. But obviously I'm still a consumer of digital music as well, because I go about my life literally listening to music all day, every day. So, I couldn't do that with a vinyl.
No, that's the thing. I know.
Primarily, I'm listening digitally because I can listen in my car. I can listen while I'm out for a walk. But if I'm buying music, I will buy it on vinyl, and I enjoy it because it gives you're kind of forced to listen to the album as it was arranged, like from the back. You could skip around, but
Totally.
Yeah, you can't just like, oh, here's the start of the song. You would have makes you listen from the album from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Well, talking about vinyl and things like that. What about? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So we went with the artist Alex Ekman Long.
Yeah.
Alex Ekman Long, and he is. We really took the time to search for the right artist because I think it's difficult with a lot of the popular artists that are used for albums nowadays. It does not fit our sound in a way that we feel honors the music, which sounds really pretentious, but like, so we spend a lot of time.
Represents, not both.
Yeah. I mean, both, honestly, but it's just very important to us to have the right artist do our art. And with Alex, it was an experience unlike any other we've had before. He absolutely nailed the assignment and brought all the essence of everything we wanted into one piece. And then he ended up creating other pieces that you'll see like in our vinyl layout that are interlaced, and it just looks so beautiful. The color scheme, everything is exactly how I wanted it. So very thankful to have worked with him.
That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that it's not AI. That's really important. Really.
So, what he's known for, and we don't have this because it would have been much more expensive. But he's a collage artist, and he's been doing, I think, close to 20 years what he does. But he'll create collages, and then he will print them out each layer of his collage on a thick cardboard type paper.
Wow!
And then he creates 3-dimensional versions of it. So if he has his art galleries, and then they're like 3-dimensional structures that have actual depth to them and everything.
Right. So that's amazing. Yeah. So it's the whole package. The whole album's the whole package. And I mean, hopefully you will get over to Europe, get over to the UK even. That'd be amazing.
We would love to.
That'd be so cool. And I want to again congratulate on the release.